सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि भक्तवृंद कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि भक्तवृंद नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद् His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Samsthapanacharya Savior of the whole world Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrindavan Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari Bo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 6, Text number 23. Yadha asya nabhyat nalinat yadhasya nabhyan nalinat aham asam mahatmanaha aham asam mahatmanaha na avidam yagna sambharan navidam yagna sambharan navidam yagna sambharan purusha avayavan rite purushavayavan rite purushavayavan rite yadasya nabhyan nalinat aham asam mahatmanaha navidam yagna sambharan purushavayavan rite yadasya nabhyan nalinat aham asam mahatmanaha Navidam yajna sambharan Purushavayavan rite Yadasya nabhyan nalinat Aham asam mahatmanaha Navidam yajna sambharan Purushavayavan rite Yadasya nabhyam nalina Nalinat Yada, at the time of Asya, his, Nabhyat, from the abdomen, Nalinat, from the lotus flower, Aham, myself, Asam, took my birth, Mahatmanaha, of the great person. Na avidam, did not know. Yagna, sacrificial. Sambharan, ingredients. Purusha, of the Lord. Avayavan, personal bodily limbs. Rite, except. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhaicharan Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. When I was born from the abdominal lotus flower of the Lord, Mahavishnu, the great person, I had no ingredients for sacrificial performances except the bodily limbs of the great personality of Godhead. Translation with repetition. When I was born from the abdominal lotus flower of the Lord, Mahavishnu, the great person, I had no ingredients for sacrificial performances except the bodily limbs of the great personality of Godhead. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Lord Brahma, the creator of the cosmic manifestation, is known as Swayambhu, or one who is born without father and mother. The general process is that a living creature is born out of the sex combination of the male father and the female mother. But Brahma, the firstborn living being, is born out of the abdominal lotus flower of the Mahavishnu plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. The abdominal lotus flower is part of the Lord's bodily limbs, and Brahma is born out of the lotus flower. Therefore, Lord Brahma is also a part of the Lord's body. Brahma, after his appearance in the gigantic hollow of the universe, saw darkness and nothing else. He felt perplexity, and from his heart he was inspired by the Lord to undergo austerity, thereby acquiring the ingredients for sacrificial performances. But there was nothing besides the two of them, namely the personality of Mahavishnu and Brahma himself, born of the bodily part of the Lord. For sacrificial performances, many ingredients were in need, especially animals. The animal sacrifice is never meant for killing the animal, but for achieving the successful result of the sacrifice. The animal offered in the sacrificial fire is, so to speak, destroyed. But the next moment, it is given a new life by dint of the Vedic hymns chanted by the expert priest. When such an expert priest is not available, the animal sacrifice in the fire of the sacrificial altar is forbidden. Thus, Brahma created even the sacrificial ingredients out of the bodily limbs of the Garbhodakashayi Vishnu, which means that the cosmic order was created by Brahma himself. Also, nothing is created out of nothing, but everything is created from the person of the Lord. The Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate. Everything is made from my bodily limbs, and I am therefore the original source of all creations. The impersonalists argue that there is no use in worshipping the Lord when everything is nothing but the Lord himself. The personalist, however, worships the Lord out of a great sense of gratitude, utilizing the ingredients born out of the bodily limbs of the Lord. The fruits and flowers are available from the body of the earth, and yet Mother Earth is worshipped by the sensible devotee with ingredients born from the earth. Similarly, Mother Ganges is worshipped by the water of the Ganges, and yet the worshipper enjoys the result of such worship. Worship of the Lord is also performed by the ingredients born from the bodily limbs of the Lord, and yet the worshipper, who is himself a part of the Lord, achieves the result of devotional service to the Lord. While the impersonalist wrongly concludes that he is the Lord himself, the personalist, out of a great gratitude, worships the Lord in devotional service, knowing perfectly well that nothing is different from the Lord. The devotee therefore endeavors to apply everything in the service of the Lord, because he knows that everything is the property of the Lord and that no one can claim anything as one's own. This perfect conception of oneness helps the worshipper in being engaged in his loving service, whereas the impersonalist, being falsely puffed up, remains a non-devotee forever without being recognized by the Lord. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in this part of the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 6, called Purusha Sukta Confirmed, we are reading these verses spoken by Lord Brahma to Narada. This verse is about the very, very early stage of creation. That's why it begins with the word yada, at the time of. Adha, yada, asya nabhyat nalinat aham asam. Lord Brahma is describing about his birth. When he did not exist and when he came into existence. So it's a very early stage. And from Brahma creation comes. So this is at a very early stage. Aham mahatmanaha nabhyam nalinad asam. Aham asya mahatmanaha nabhyan nalinad nabhyan aham asam. Aham asam, I came into existence. I was born. Mahatmanaha, asya mahatmanaha, nabhyan, nalinad nabhyan. I was born of this great personality, Mahatmanaha, nabhyan, from his navel. And what is the nature of that navel? Nalinat nabhyan, lotus navel. Everything about Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna is beautiful. And a lotus is a symbol of beauty in the material world also. And that is why all the parts of the Lord's body are referred to in a poetic sense in Vedic literatures to indicate that all of these are very beautiful. Lotus also represents, not only represents beauty in its form and color, it is also representation of purity. Because although the lotus is in water, and sometimes not so clean water maybe, but still the lotus remains pure. So Lord is always pure. Param pavitra, param brahma, param dhama, pavitram, paramam bhavan, paramam pavitra. And so, even though he is in this material world, he is pure and transcendental. Meaning, when Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam, Krishna is saying, my personality, my birth, my activities are not in this material dimension, but in a spiritual dimension of existence. Divya existence. Not in this material world, matter, energy, time. And because of time, things are always deteriorating. That's the nature of this material world. So, Nalinad Nabhyan Ahamasam. I was born. At that time, Yada. So Brahma is telling, at that time, Na Avidam. I did not know. Na Avidam. Vidam, with, comes from the word to know. Na Avidam. I did not know. Yagna Sambharan. Sambharan, ingredients necessary for yagna. Avidam yagna sambharan. There were no ingredients for yagna. Rite, except Purusha avayavan. Other than the limbs, avayava. Avayavaha means limbs of the body, of the Lord. Purusha avayavan rite, except for Purusha avayava, na avidam yagna sambharam. I did not find there was no other ingredients for sacrifice. That's what this verse is talking about. Lord Brahma. When I was born, ahamasam, from the abdominal lotus flower, Nalinat Nabhyat, of the Lord, Mahatmanaha, Mahavishnu, the great person. Mahatmanaha Nabhyan Nalinat Ahamasam. I had no ingredients. Navidam Yagna Sambharan. I had no ingredients for sacrificial performances except Rite, the bodily limbs, avayavan, of the great personality of Godhead. Purusha avayavan Rite. So this is Brahma's very nice statement about his situation. He was born from Nabhyan, Nalinad Nabhyan, and that's why Prabhupada says it was all dark and there was no ingredients for sacrifice. We will try to understand, we'll try to discuss this. Why at that time yajna was so important and yajna ingredients are so important at that time. Right? Why is Brahma mentioning such things here? So we will see all that nicely mentioned. Prabhupada has mentioned all that in the purport. So Prabhupada begins the purport by saying Brahma is described as Swayambhu, who is born not in a normal sense, like we are all born from our father and mother. Everybody who is born has a father and mother. Even a dog, cat, mosquito, even a fruit has some kind of father, mother coming together, and it leads to the formation of a fruit, a seed. And so every living entity, there is a father and mother. But Brahma is not that kind of a person. He was not born from a father and mother, but he was born from the navel of Mahavishnu. And hence, the navel itself is an expansion of Mahavishnu, and in that navel there was a lotus Nalinat. there was a lotus, and in that lotus, Brahma was born. So, here in that sense, it is literally true, there was a Nalina, there was a lotus. And so Prabhupada has said that the lotus flower is also part of the Lord's transcendental body. And Brahma is also part. That is why this statement that Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions is very significant. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. Atmakam has a sense of composed of. Krishna is composed of 5 tattvas. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupaswarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam. Right? So, Krishna is composed of or consists of 5 tattvas. The Lord Himself, and the Lord has His expansions, and the Lord has some of the expansions coming to this material world. They are called the avatars. And then the Lord has Shakti and internal Shakti and external Shakti. The internal Shakti, which the Lord is directly involved in the spiritual world. And one of them, or an important Shakti of the Lord, is His pleasure Shakti. There are 3 important Shakti: His existential Shakti, His knowledge and awareness Shakti, and His pleasure Shakti. And apart from that, there is Jiva Shakti. Jiva is also. Now all of these 5 Shaktis, Krishna is composed of. So, His own Krishna, and Krishna's expansion is Vishnu, Mahavishnu. Here we are seeing the next expansion, the first expansion of Krishna. We are not seeing Krishna here. Krishna is not there. Mahavishnu is there. And from his body, a lotus flower has come about from his nabhyam, from his lotus navel, from his navel. And in that navel, there is another energy of the Lord, Brahma, Jiva, sitting there. At that time, Brahma saw there was nothing else. So, there was nothing else, but he saw something. Purusha avayavan rite. He saw Lord's different bodily parts, limbs he saw. So, Lord was there and the living entity, the Brahma was there. That's why Prabhupada says there were only 2 of them, Vishnu and Brahma. Now, there was nothing besides the 2 of them, namely the personality of Mahavishnu and Brahma himself, born of the bodily part of the Lord. And then Prabhupada begins to talk about sacrificial performances. For sacrificial performances, many ingredients were in need, especially animals. And then Prabhupada goes on to explain there is an animal sacrifice involving animals, but that's not like killing an animal. It's testing the Vedic mantras, the process of chanting the mantras, and by offering an animal in the animal sacrificial fire. By the chanting of the mantras, a new young animal, a new life is created, and an animal springs out of the sacrificial fire. But that requires pure brahmanas. And in Kali Yuga, such brahmanas are not there, and hence such sacrifices are not recommended. Nobody has those potencies. See? So very often some discussions comes up about Pandavas ate meat. In the Mahabharata there is reference that Pandavas ate meat. Might have eaten meat, but in Kali Yuga meat eating is not recommended. But such kshatriyas are not there, such brahmanas are not there, who by their spiritual potency could do certain things. But for Kali Yuga, nashtadrisham, kalau nashtadrisham, for people of Kali Yuga, Srimad Bhagavatam has been presented by Vyasadeva, and the Bhagavatam says these are sinful activities and we should not indulge in if we want to attain pure bhakti to Sri Krishna. So certain things that were possible in previous yugas are not possible in this age. We cannot take an example of, sometimes another example that is given is previous yugas, there was polygamy. Prabhupada talked about it when he was talking, in the early stages, ISKCON. And the Western devotees heard that and said, so Srila Prabhupada, it's Vedic, then shall we also practice polygamy? Prabhupada said, no, not for Kali Yuga, not for this age, not for especially those who want to attain pure bhakti. It is not recommended, and Prabhupada did not recommend. It may be in a Vedic practice, there were certain times when it was possible, but it is not possible for a husband to maintain even one wife properly and children properly. What to speak of multiple wives? So, Vedic teachings are always Desha Kala Patra sensitive. You cannot be blind to Desha Kala Patra. We have to see in the Desha. That is why very few people know the complete understanding of Vedic wisdom and how to apply that in different circumstances. Such an acharya, such a spiritual master who knows exactly by his own personal realization is very rare. And Srila Prabhupada is such a rare acharya. And hence, his words, his teachings, his message, his mission, and our wanting to please him. Because another important message from the Vedic literatures is we must find an exalted spiritual master, Brahmanishtha, who is fixed in absolute truth, and please him and serve him, follow his instructions. That is important consideration for spiritual progress. We must be prepared to make all kinds of sacrifice for pleasing a bona fide, pure devotee, spiritual master. In the course of pleasing the spiritual master, we may encounter difficulties, challenges, dishonor, disappointment, but one should not be discouraged by that. How much disappointment and discouragement Srila Prabhupada experienced in pleasing his spiritual master, who was also pure devotee, spiritual master. And sometimes Prabhupada would say, what can I tell about my Guru Maharaj? He was a Vaikuntha man. So this is the This is an important point, that to come in touch with a pure devotee, spiritual master, who understands all these Vedic principles correctly, how to apply them, how to understand them. Actually, if we carefully read Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, one will come to that conclusion correctly under the guidance of a pure devotee. Very nice definition Prabhupada gives. Shruti means, it is connected with the word Shravana, right? Shruti, Shravana. Shruti means that knowledge which is received by hearing from a pure devotee. Not hearing from randomly from anybody. Then it is not Shruti. You have to hear from a Shrota, from a Guru who is well versed in that hearing process and has understood. Tad vignanartam sagurumeva abhigachet shrotriyam brahmanishtam. He is brahmanishta because he is shrotriya. He has heard from his guru. So, in our country there are so many sadhus. So many different kinds of understanding are there. But among them, one who has understood the conclusion of pure devotional service. Tattvajnana, Tattvavabodha. One who knows accurately this understanding of Atma Tattva, the truth about oneself, is very, very rare. I recently came across one person, very intelligent, very accomplished, very qualified person. And I heard he has taken a vow never to get an Indian passport because he doesn't want to travel out of India, because he loves his country so much. Just see. Nice, it is nice. Somebody loves the country, so patriotic. It's good, we can appreciate that. But when we look at it from the prism of transcendental knowledge, that one feels that, oh, my country is so great. But after this life, where will we be born? We don't know. In this life we may say, I won't go out of it. Next life, suppose we are born in Africa or somewhere else. Then you cannot say, no, I don't like any other country, Bharat only. Karmana daiva netrena. These are all not decided by us. Just like, did we decide I will be born as a man, as a woman, as an Indian? Did we decide? There were higher laws that governed us. We were born in a human form, on earth, in Bharat, in this lifetime. We have no control of these things. These things are not within our control. Somebody may love, of course there are, in America there are people who love their country like anything. Is there any guarantee next life also they'll be born in America? No guarantee. What species, what country, what loka, where we will be born. These are daiva netrena. By divine arrangement, these things happen. You see, this person is a very learned person, very good person at heart, but somehow he has not got the proper knowledge, direction from a pure devotee who knows the truths as they are. So just imagine how fortunate we are all. This man, when I heard his qualification, he was so qualified. We are not so qualified as him. But we are more fortunate. You see, we have come under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada, a pure devotee. So it's very rare to properly understand all these conclusions. So, now, there is one very beautiful statement Srila Prabhupada makes in the purport of the first canto. Which canto? Yeah. First canto, 17th chapter, 33rd verse. In this statement, Prabhupada captures what is the essence of yajna. Why yajna is so important, what is so significant, that Vedic literatures often talk about yajna, and Brahma, at the time of his birth, he was thinking of yajna, and he was looking where there are no yajna ingredients. Yajna sambharan na avidam purusha avayavarute. Only thing was Lord was himself was there. Nothing. I was there, Lord was there. No other yajnas, ingredients were there. He's thinking. So why is yajna so important? This is a very beautiful statement in the context of Parikshit Maharaj receiving Kali Yuga. In that context, this verse, this statement comes by Prabhupada. In other words, sacrifice means to accept the supremacy of the Lord and thereby perform acts by which the Lord may be satisfied in all respects. Yajna means 2 points, 2 important considerations. 1, to accept the supremacy of the Lord. In the act of yajna, in the process of yajna, in the conception of yajna, there is first recognition of the supremacy of the Lord. And second, and thereby perform acts. Perform acts, not simply sit. Perform acts. Because no one can sit simply. Everyone is jiva, by nature is active. And so instead of doing different activities, do those activities and perform acts by which the Lord may be satisfied in all respects. These 2 things are implicit to yajna. Number 1, to accept the supreme, recognize there is a supreme. You see, some people don't recognize that there is supreme. They think, I am there. That's it. And maybe there are others. But that's it. There's no one else. Oh, but then how you are there, the world is there, how there is a complex, it's just come about. By chance it has come about. It's really surprising how they can live in that kind of with that kind of an understanding. It's so disturbing, isn't it? It's not at all possible. That's why they say, you put one monkey in front of a typewriter and tell the monkey, type, type, type. And the monkey will be typing and Shakespeare's plays will come out. Nicely composed, nice words, nice concepts, nice intrigues. Classics will come out. All you need, no, how can it come? No, it will come. You give enough time. Monkey will keep on typing and wonderful literary compositions will come about. It is something very deeply unsatisfactory, intellectually unsatisfactory, isn't it? This is how they think. I am there, every world is there, it is there. And I want to enjoy this world. Don't recognize the supremacy. That thought that I know apart from me, there is somebody who is superior, who has created all of these things in this world. And I'm part of this creation, and there is a creator. This recognition itself is one aspect of yajna. When we do yajna, idam na mama, we chant, no, this is not mine, it is the Lord's. At least you recognize either the Lord or Lord's representative devatas. So that is also yajna. You recognize that there is somebody supreme other than me, than to be so arrogant and stupid to think that I am everything. And everything has come about and I must just enjoy everything. It's such a nonsensical idea. So that recognition that there is a supreme is an aspect of yajna. And the second aspect, sacrifice means to accept the supremacy of the Lord. To accept, yes, there is something more than me. And there is a supreme being. And I shall accept that. The next is, after accepting the supremacy of the Lord, that acceptance should translate and manifest in our actions. Suppose I go to the office. I'm an employee in an office, in an organization. I go to the office and I recognize the boss is there in that corner room. I know. But I will do my own thing. Why I should care for the boss? I'll just watch movie, hear some songs in the office hours. I will run into trouble, isn't it? No, I know there is a boss there. Hey, if you know the boss is there, then you must know boss's intention, and he's giving you salary, he's giving you all these facilities. You should do his work. You should satisfy him. If my recognition and understanding and acceptance of the boss does not translate into appropriate action, then that acceptance is very theoretical. And hence, acceptance of the supremacy of the Lord and thereby perform acts by which the Lord may be satisfied in all respects is sacrifice. This is yajna. So, Brahma had that conception that yes, I am here, but besides me there is Vishnu. And I must recognize, he recognized Vishnu. And the idea that now my recognition should translate into some action, I must perform yajna to please him in all respects. And this, the next sentence, I didn't bring that sentence here, I didn't copy that. And Prabhupada says, that place where this supremacy of the Lord and that spirit that we must act for the pleasure, for the satisfaction of that Lord, that place is called Brahmavarta. Brahmavarta means a place where Lord is recognized, supremacy of the Lord is recognized, and one should act act to satisfy that supreme person in all respects. That consideration is there. And so Lord Brahma was looking around, I must do yajna, but there is no yajna ingredients, nothing for me to do except avayavan. So next the creation happens. Let's see this. Thus Brahma created even the sacrificial. Okay. Thus Brahma created even the sacrificial ingredients out of the bodily limbs of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, which means that the cosmic order was created by Brahma himself. Now Brahma created the ingredients, created the material world from the avayava of Mahatmanaha. So this material world is coming from the Lord, from the limbs of the Lord, another energy of the Lord, and we are in touch with this material energy. And who am I? I am also another Amsha of the Lord. So, we are all born sometime, and then we start growing up, and then we go to school, college, and then we start looking around. The world exists, I exist. And we somehow start thinking, this world is for my enjoyment. Because that spirit of enjoyment is deeply there. The desire is there in the living entity. I must enjoy. And hence, everyone default. Nobody has to be taught. Even the small child, when it finds something, immediately it will put into its mouth, I want to enjoy. Isn't it? Everyone. We are born and that enjoying spirit is there, and we look around and start enjoying. Suppose I go to the parking and I see there is one car, nice car, imported car is there. And then I look around, it's very nice. And then I slowly open the door. Door opened. Somehow they had not locked it. And then I go and sit inside. Key is also there. So I start driving. Very soon, police will be behind me. Then police will catch me. So, then the police will ask, why are you driving this car? I saw it was there, and so I started driving. No, it belongs to someone. Oh, really? I didn't know that. No, come to the police station. No, I didn't know. Right? Police will slap such a guy. Will teach you, come. So we come into this world. The world is there. Let me enjoy. This is a wrong thinking. Yajna means, no, there is a supreme. I must act to satisfy that supreme. You see how yajna is, the principle of yajna is to reform the conditioned souls who think, I am the Lord, I can enjoy. See how the principle of yajna is to recognize, accept the supremacy of the Lord and to perform such acts to satisfy the Lord in all respects. So this is the important principle, and so we see the Lord, Lord Brahma, in the very early stage itself, he is thinking about yajna, and he created the material world with the limbs of the Lord, with the energy of the Lord, and he created the system of performing yajna by his personal example. And then Prabhupada is giving a nice example here. From the earth, fruits and flowers come. We take the fruits and flowers from the earth and offer it to Bhudevi when we are worshipping Bhumi. Where did this flower and the fruits come from? Sometimes we do Bhumi Puja, right? At that time we do Bhumi Puja. You take the ingredients from the earth and offer it to the earth. Hey, it's already belonging to us. But that act of offering, that thinking, that mentality, that I must offer. I've taken it. It is not my own. I must offer it to one who has given me this. It is an act of sacrifice. Recognition of the Supreme. And Prabhupada is giving a second example. We take water from the Ganges and offer it to Ganges. Isn't it? And the third example, worship of the Lord is also performed by the ingredients born from the bodily limbs of the Lord. And yet the worshipper, who is himself a part of the Lord, achieves the result of devotional service to the Lord. By doing such acts of recognizing the Supreme Lord besides myself, and performing such acts to please the Lord, what is happening? My original relationship with the Lord is being revived. My original attraction to the Lord is being revived. My original attachment to the Lord is being revived. You see, this is the result. Because we are related to the Lord, we have a relationship. And moment you say relationship, there is attraction, there is attachment. I have seen one situation. Once we were doing I think it was initiation ceremony going on. And one child was there, and the child suddenly fainted. And the mother immediately acted, ran to the child, grabbed it. And there was a certain force in that mother, I noticed. Because the mother is related to the child. It is that relationship brings that force. Runs to the child, grabs the child, tries to attend to the child. Because the mother is attached to the child. There is a relationship. In fact, it is said when you are dealing with animals, if there is a mother dog or a mother cat or a mother lion at that time, and there is a cub, there is a kitten or there is a puppy, at that time the mother, you try to do something to the young one, mother will come after you with force. The mother is protective. You see that attraction is there. I must protect my child. That relationship. All of this is created by the subtle body. By the subtle body. Mind, intelligence and false ego creates this. That's why it is called Chetana. Chetana means life symptoms, living symptoms. That is why this is regarded as part of Kshetra. Chetana Dhrutihi. Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita, when he is describing what constitutes Kshetra, he says Chetana. And Prabhupada translates, these are the life symptoms, these are the actions of body, mind and intelligence, the subtle body. So, anyway, we have a relation with the Lord, just like the mother has a relation with the child, with the offspring. But that is a managed relationship in the material world through the subtle body. But our real self is, the spirit soul, has a relation with Krishna and we are drawn to Krishna, attracted to Krishna, attached to Krishna. But right now it is covered up. So Prabhupada says, when we are purified, that original attraction and attachment to Krishna is revived. And yajna is a process, step by step, to revive that. That's why Prabhupada is saying, when we offer to Krishna, like water taken from Ganges to water, ingredients, food, flower and fruits coming from the earth, we offer to Bhumi. And we take the ingredients that are available in the material world and offer to the Lord as yajna. That's why yajna shishta, remains of a yajna, is the offering we do to the Lord is also a yajna. When we prepare get nice ingredients, cook very nicely with attention, tasty thing I must make. And then the pujari also with a pure mind takes this offering and offers to the Lord, please accept my dear Lord. What is he taking? All ingredients from the earth only. Earth belongs to Krishna. And who is offering? Himself. He is also belonging to Krishna. But why? By doing this, our devotional service is established. We perform by devotional service our devotion to Krishna, love for Krishna is getting revived. And that is the cosmic order. The whole universe is created for that purpose, so that living entities can perform yajna, revive their relationship with Krishna. That is the purpose of the creation. Not everybody knows these things. Only a pure devotee, properly established, knows these things. And how Srila Prabhupada has repeatedly, freely taught us all these things. Even as young bhaktas, we know all these things. This is the training of Prabhupada. In the highest understanding of Vedic wisdom, Prabhupada trains every one of us. This is the greatness of Srila Prabhupada. So, what Brahma was thinking at the beginning of the creation, Prabhupada has established in the very beginning steps of the institution he has created, the mission he has created. And all of us are getting trained in that. This is the transcendental arrangement Srila Prabhupada has made. We'll stop here if anyone has any questions. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Like we understand Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti is by rules, regulation. Then Raganuga Bhakti, that bhava comes. And we hear that Lord
Raga comes.
Raga, attachment to the Lord. So this, and we hear Lord is bhava grahi Janardana, means he accepts the bhava of the devotees. So now, it has become a trend. People carry small, little Krishna, and they carry small Radharani like that. So now they are offering tea. Means people, they drink tea in the morning, so they will offer tea, biscuit, and then they will have. So now how to understand that? This bhava is means correctly situated, because we understand that Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatriki Vidim Vina Aikantiki Harer Bhakti Utpatay Vikalvate. So Prabhupada is teaching us rules, regulations, and he's teaching the vidhi, how to offer to the Lord, what all things have to be done. But we see as per trend means people are doing all these things, making video, Instagram. So how to relate means what is...
So, yes, as a culture, sometimes they say in our family this is there. My mother used to do so. My mother taught me this. I am doing it. It's like that. Their children also carry on like that. So, what we are trying to do in Krishna consciousness under Srila Prabhupada's shelter is to practice all of these things in a very pure and enlightened manner. So, culture also teaches certain things, but it may require refinement, but nevertheless, Krishna sees that somebody is doing like that, trying to offer. Krishna will bless those people. They are not fully aware of certain things. They don't know coffee and tea we should not offer to Krishna. They are making some offering. Just like a hippie brought toilet paper and gave to Prabhupada. Prabhupada accepted. See, he's got a sense that he wants to give something. So, these acts are called Agnata Sukruti. These are good acts, Sukruti. They are good acts, but performed with not complete and proper understanding. Impelled by culture, some things like that somebody is doing, but even that is very valuable. It is not to be underestimated. It is not to be derided. We should respect. Okay, whatever something they are doing, they are thinking, I should offer to Krishna. But what we are trying to do is to do this in a more systematic, careful way, that understanding who is Krishna, what is his position, and what is my position, and if I have to approach him, I have to purify myself. Krishna is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, Idam gnanam sadharmyam agataha. I will teach you this knowledge by which you will attain my nature, so that you can come in touch with me, you can properly serve me. And what is that chapter all about? 3 modes of material nature, and how we should rise above the 3 modes and become transcendentally situated. Because when we are transcendentally situated, we can come in touch with the transcendental Lord properly. Even otherwise we can come in touch. But we are talking about coming in touch with the Lord properly, correctly, systematically. So we are, by Prabhupada's mercy, we have been put on the path of how to connect with the Lord correctly. So we are blessed to know this aspect, but otherwise, culturally, by some practice, family practice, those things are coming, which is also good. That is also wonderful. At least they are recognizing Krishna and offering before they drink their coffee and tea. That thought that I must offer, I must please Krishna, I must take him everywhere. It's not very properly formed, but at least that spirit is there. Krishna will bless those people. We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.